good to confront fears, and I think it's good to challenge yourself all the time. I mean, life's short, so we have to do it. I mean, or else it's going to be just boring. You know, anybody can sit at home in front of a TV and watch other people doing this stuff, but I would rather be doing it.
My name is Kurht Gerhardt, and I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I'm about to take one of the biggest adventures of my life, 8,500-mile journey from Beijing, China, to Paris, France.
If you want something bad enough, you just think about it really hard and dream about it and you'll get it. And I'm always thinking about something new that I want, and I usually, you know, it comes my way. My mind, I'm like, I'm entering, like, as soon as it comes up. And I didn't know how I was gonna pay for it or get there or do it or what kind of car I was gonna have or what I was gonna do it in, but I was gonna definitely do the rally. Luckily, I bought a 912 maybe 4 or 5 months before that. That was kind of a junker 912. And then I figured, well, this is perfect. I've got a car that needs some work, doesn't need everything, but why not? Let's just redo it. And then I just went for it.
I have a really good memory about when I used to come to my dad's shop back in Mexico, and he's been always a welder. I was barely about 8 years old, and he had a steering wheel at his shop. I remember clearly one day, you know, I just found the box, and I sat in, I put the steering wheel right in front of me, and it was just in my blood. I just felt like I had to do something in my life related to these, you know, cars and racing vehicles. Yeah, I'm Jose Olivares. I'm representing here Sandra Fabricators. We're a multitask shop. You know, we do a lot of off-roading and different variety of type of work. With the roll cage, other than it looks beautiful, but it also gives you some protection. You know, there's always the chance of rolling over, something landed on top of you. But by having this cage right here is actually made out of 4130 condition and chromoly material. It's actually pretty tough, very strong, and it's the way it's mounted to this chassis. It's going to help for the safety of the passengers. Some of the other work we've done here, Jaime can tell us a little bit of the work he did today.
Yeah, this morning practically we cut the hole right here so we can fit the box that is going to hold the air filter right here. So
the other item he just did was the spare mount tire. We didn't want to have it on top, and we think it's going to look pretty clean out here. Being able to have a car every day, be able to throw your food when you don't want to eat it, it's just, people think it's normal. And they don't see the other part of that. See where we're coming from. I mean, there was days we literally didn't have anything to eat. One of the reasons why we're a family business is my dad, we grew up with them as fabricators. And when we came to this country, we find that it's better to be together than one by themselves. Therefore, when we started our business, you know, it was more like a family type of business, something that it's not one person, but all together. We get out there and we see all these other people, like, yeah, you know, that's our car. We did this one, we did that one. I see this guy and his family having a blast. I'm having a blast because at least I made a family happy, you know.
I've currently got a 2.4 liter S motor in the car. Came from a 1972 Porsche. And originally it was a 2.0 liter with about 110 horsepower. And currently the car is plenty fast enough for me, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think I'm really trying to prove anything to anybody or even myself. I think it's just more of just pure fun. A new adventure, land that's unknown. You know, I would love to be in Mongolia in the middle of nowhere. That's really intriguing to me. There's some great places in the US, but there's something about the unknown of traveling through, you know, Asia, Eastern Europe, and just mainly just the fun, just the joy of it.
Why did Kurht ask me to do this? I mean, I can't answer for him, but I think that he and I, we get along well enough to where I think we both know we could spend that amount of time with each other in a car and be all right. Secondly, I think of all the people Kurht knows, and this, I hate saying braggadocious things, but I'm probably the better mechanic of everybody that he knows. I'm probably the one who, on the spot, can do something to keep us going, more than usual. And I have just a broad experience with a lot of cars and a lot of situations. You know, I wanted to work for Ferrari really badly. I wrote them a 13-page letter, no response. When I graduated high school, things were pretty rough, and I went to community college and I took architecture classes and some basic economics stuff. And I met this guy, John. Quiet guy, kind of funny, just low profile guy. And I started spending a couple days a week at John's garage helping him with these Ferraris. And that led to he and I going to Europe to look for an SWB to bring back and some other stuff. And you know, so we started doing car stuff. We were gonna set up shop to do the resale of secondhand Porsches. And I was gonna fix them up, service them, clean them, and he was gonna provide the funds to purchase, and we had this space and we were gonna resell them. And so he and I had a meeting in the office of that building when we took possession of it. And he was pretty sick with a cough and a cold. And we made our agreement and we wrote it out on yellow legal pad and parted. And then the next day he was in a coma, and then 2 weeks later he was dead. And so I decided without any financial backing that I'm just gonna make a go. We have this shop space and I'm gonna see if I can make a repair business. I can't afford to buy Porsches and repair them, but you know, maybe I can get some clients to bring me their cars to service and start doing that. And the recession hit, 07, 08, and I saw business falling off really quickly because I was only established for about 12 months or so there, and I shut the doors there. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I actually thought I was going to become a stockbroker when I was doing all this as I was shutting down this shop, and I realized the recession's going, Wall Street's in the crapper, why am I becoming a financial advisor or stockbroker when you know how to work on cars and make money? And I ended up meeting this collector that I currently work for, and I've worked for the last 10 years plus. And now I do more consulting for other mechanics, and that's, you know, currently where I am.
Derek's attitude on being a mechanic in cars was the Ferrari was no big deal. It was no different than working on a Chevy to him. It's just, and I loved his attitude because it was just basic.
It's us two, and we rely on ourselves, and we prepare the car. It's, get it ready for an 8,500 mile journey through anything.